Guys, welcome back to my channel. I don't know that I have been as excited about this week or a week of filming as I am this week. I am starting the foundation week on my channel. I've never done this before. I'm so excited about it. I know some other people have done foundation weeks where they like review a different foundation every day. I'm not going to do it that way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a best of certain topic of foundations, and every day I'm going to talk about my favorite ones for that area. For example, today we're going to be talking about my favorite dry skin foundations. I'm going to be talking about my favorite oily skin foundations, my favorite skin-like foundations, my favorite BB creams, my favorite cream foundations, which I don't talk about much on my channel. So I just thought it would be fun to do a video every single day this week all about foundations. So today we are going to start with my favorite foundations for dry skin types. If you are new or this is your first video, my name is Mandy. I am a professional makeup artist in the Nashville, Tennessee area, and so I work with all skin types all the time. I personally have normal skin, sometimes due to my retinol can get dry. I work with a plethora of skin types: oily, combo, normal, dry, super dry, mature, young, teenager, grandma, like all ages, all skin types. So I have filtered down my favorite foundations for each skin type. So today we're going to be talking about dry skin foundations, and I will preface by saying a lot of the foundations, especially in this category, are not going to be full coverage foundations. I am someone who on myself as well as on my clients like to start out as minimal as possible and then correct where I need to with either concealer or an extra layer of foundation if it is a buildable formula. And that way your skin still looks like skin and you're not caking on a ton of product. So if you are looking for super full coverage formulas, I'm going to be talking about a couple of them in my oily skin day, a couple possibly in my cream day, but other than that, it's pretty light to medium formulas. And if you only wear full coverage and you've never tried a lighter coverage, I would suggest doing it. Get a sample of something that's light to medium coverage and try just concealing on the areas or doubling up on the areas that you need to correct, because very rarely does any one person need full coverage everywhere on their face. So I would suggest doing that. So let's go ahead and jump into my favorites for dry skin. Now, when I'm looking for a formula for dry skin, I don't necessarily need it to be a super hydrating or dewy foundation. I just need it to be something that's not going to attach to dry patches, emphasize dry patches, or flake off of the dry patches, or something that can break down around dry areas of your face, even if you don't have visible patches. So I have 5 picks, and I'm gonna go in no particular order. I'm just gonna pick up. Let's start with the one I have on my face right now. I've not talked about this foundation. It's the newest one to my collection from today. But again, I do have it on my face right now, and I was so pleasantly surprised by it that I had to include it in this day's favorites, and it's the Laura Geller Quench and Tint Hydrating Foundation. I don't know why I had never tried this. In fact, Laura Geller just came out with a brand new one that I have ordered. I haven't gotten it yet, but this was a great surprise for me. I've got the color medium. The worst thing about it, and it's pretty bad, is the shade range in this foundation. I believe they only have like 3 to 4 shades, which is pretty atrocious. But if you can find your shade within that, because it is more of a tinted hydrating foundation, I feel like the medium can span a wider range of what other foundations may have to split in about 4 shades. This one is about a medium coverage. I did 1 layer on my face today and got plenty of coverage for me personally. It is very hydrating. It does have a little bit of a dewier finish, but I find that I can control it with powder and not have to touch up throughout the day. And again, if you have super dry skin, you may not even want to powder, but I do feel like this one needs at least some in the T-zone because it is such a hydrating formula. But because it is hydrating, I recommend this for super dry skins. I'm really impressed with it, and it wears so beautifully throughout the day. The next one is one, I have 2 here that I carry in my kit. This is one of them, and this is a staple in a lot of artist kits. And it's the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. This is one that I refill. I keep all my foundations in Ziploc bags that are labeled in small little tubes like this. It just makes it much easier to store and not have to carry around very heavy glass bottles within my kit. But I do have 4 colors of this in my kit that I mix and match to work almost everyone. It is just a staple. It's a light coverage, but it's buildable to medium. I don't believe you can get higher than a medium coverage in this. It is pretty expensive. I mean, it's Armani. This does, I believe, have fragrance in it, might even possibly have alcohol. So for me personally, it's not one that I would wear every day. But for people that don't care that much about that, or that want a really great event foundation, this is the one that I highly suggest. It really just works on so many people. I can even get it to work on combo skins, but for dry skin, I just think it's a must to at least try. And I will tell you, out of every single foundation that I own, which is a lot if you know me, whenever I have worn this in the past, I feel like Chad always compliments my makeup. And this is the one constant in my looks when he does. So, I mean, that's saying something, because most of the times men don't even care. Okay, the next one I had and talked about for a while, and then I had probably about like over $500 worth of makeup stolen from me, and this was one of them. So I waited a few months, but I repurchased it, and I'm so glad I did, because I get compliments on my skin every time I wear this. And it's the Kevyn Aucoin Etherealist Skin Illuminating Foundation. This again is more of a medium coverage foundation. It says skin illuminating, but I don't find it to be very dewy. I find it to be more of a natural finish on the skin. It wears beautiful. I will try to either link or put up in a card my original review of this foundation, but it's very, I don't know, I should put this in my skin-like foundations, because it really is. It does mimic skin so beautifully. It wears well. I think I've already said that, but this, I don't know, it's a very comfortable, lightweight foundation. I'm in the color, I believe 7. I've covered it up with a label, but that's the Kevyn Aucoin Etherealist Skin Illuminating Foundation. And next, we have 2 more. This, honestly, I didn't know where to put, because it works for literally every skin type, in my opinion. But I couldn't not talk about it, because it's my favorite foundation of all time, and it's the Osmosis Performance Wear Satin Foundation. This is in the color Natural Medium. They have since added 2 colors to their range. It's still pretty small range of colors. I believe now maybe they have 7 or 8 colors versus what they did, but I think that they're catching on that they need more, so I'm hoping that they continue formulating new colors. But this, honestly, if you can see, it's like down here. I've already bought it back up. This is hands down the best foundation I have ever worn on myself personally. Again, it works great on normal, combo, oily, dry. It works great on everyone. If this color matches, because this is the only one that I have, and I have a client come to my house and they are about the same color, I will use this on them, because I love it that much. I would think that the full range might end up in my kit one day, because it is that good. Again, I will link the video that I did on it, but this one, out of all the ones that I talked about, can be built up to the highest coverage, I feel like, while still looking very natural and very skin appropriate, and I've never had it be cakey on me. It takes 1 pump to get really medium coverage, and I can build it on parts of my face if I need to for a much more medium to full coverage, and it just always looks good. So again, that's the Osmosis Color Performance Wear Satin Foundation. The next foundation I'm going to talk about is something that has a really special place in my heart, because honestly, it's the very first foundation I ever used in my professional kit. I will always carry it in my professional kit. I adore this foundation, and it is the Face Atelier Ultra Foundation Pro. I don't think I've ever done a video on this, but I really need to, and I think it's because, honestly, it literally lives in my kit. It never comes out unless I'm working on someone. I have 5 colors right now, but they also sell adjusters, and I also have those as well. This is, I don't know what to say about this. Let me get the color that's most matches me. Okay, so number 7 is going to be the closest match to me. So if you're near me, that's what I would go for, but they have a very wide range of colors. You can't go into like Sephora or Ulta and buy this, unfortunately, but you can find it on Face Atelier's website. I believe even QVC started selling this, which is amazing. Camera Ready Cosmetics sells it. A couple other places sell it if you just Google it, but honestly, this is the professional bottle, so it's made for artists to put in their kit because it's smaller and it is plastic, but the original is 1 ounce and it comes in a glass bottle. This is cruelty-free and PETA approved, and honestly, what can I say about this? This is a super dewy finish, so if you're not about that, then you may not like this, but This will make another appearance, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, in my Skin Like foundations. I've already made a list of all the ones that I'm going to talk about, and this is the only one that I'm talking about twice. It's that good. This is one where you will see a lot of models in photographs that really look like they have the most flawless skin ever. It is this. I'm not kidding you. A ton of artists have this. It is absolutely the most beautiful finish on your skin, and it's so skin-like. I would say it's at most a medium. Again, you're not going to be able to get a full coverage out of this. What I will say is if you do use this, I do not recommend using a primer with it because it does have a built-in primer. And if you start putting primers in on top of it, because it does already have that one built in, it can kind of be too much and have a tendency to slide off. So really all you need under this is a moisturizer or a moisturizer and an SPF. Go straight in with this. I know a lot of people who don't even set it, but if you do, I would just set it in your T-zone. And again, it's absolutely glorious. The reason it made it into this day, other than the fact that it's pretty dewy, is because I don't think that it works really well on oily skin. So if I have someone that sits in my chair and says they have oily skin, I automatically do not use this unless I want to kind of thin down a very full coverage matte foundation. For someone who may just have a combo skin, I will sometimes mix this in to make that foundation look more skin-like. I will do that, but I won't just use this on an oily skin or even a combo skin because I just feel like it's a little too much. Like it doesn't last as well on oily skin. But if you have normal to dry skin, it will last you all day long. Absolutely no fail all day long. You put this on brides and it has lasted on them 18 hours plus. Can you tell I like it? I really need to do a dedicated video with this because it is that good. But definitely recommend it if you have dry skin. And again, I believe QVC now sells it in like a set with maybe like a brush and a setting spray, maybe. I'll try to find it and link it down below. So that's my first day of favorite foundations for my foundation week. I'm super excited. This was dry skin. Tomorrow I will be back with oily skin foundations. So if you didn't hear anything that you think might work for your skin in this video, be sure and check back the rest of the days this week. And hopefully you'll be able to find something suitable for you in those videos. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. You can like and subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on the future ones. As always, I hope you learned something. If you didn't, maybe you just found it entertaining and that's okay too. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day.